and obviously tonight's one against Burnley. A 2-0 to Burnley, I thought we were completely, well, not completely, but obviously the chances which we had in the first half, which was perhaps Rashford should have took away. And obviously towards the end, at 2-1 and at 2-2, I thought we'd done well to fight back with the Lindelof. I didn't see the highlights till later, but obviously that was more. When you look at it, still unbeaten. But obviously, a couple of more point shots. But hopefully, nonetheless, we can pick up against. Hopefully, on your force, pick up against Leicester at the weekend.
Yeah, how important does that game become, Maisie? Because this fight for the top four, we're running out of games, aren't you?
We are running out of games, but I think every game's important, Mandy. Whether we're playing Burnley at home or Leicester away, they're all important. You just got to make sure you go down there and you put on a performance worthy of wearing, the United kit. And I'm sure, we've got 4 days before the game. Yep. Lads will be fresh. I'm sure probably I'll make a couple of changes again. But no, we've got to look back over the last 9 games now and reflect on that. He's done an absolutely amazing job to turn it all around. We're in a position where you'd have never thought 9 games ago you'd be thinking, next round of the cup and just 4 or 5 points off getting into the top 4. You'd have never thought that. So all he's done remarkable, and yes, it was going to happen. You wouldn't have expected it might have happened on Saturday, but we go on. We've got to keep going forward now and look forward to the next game. Ollie will make sure that the lads are ready for Saturday, and we go down there and we put on another performance.
Yeah. Well, we've heard from some of you at home. Keep those calls coming in, and let's hear from some of the fans outside with Sam.
Got out with some guys from Toronto. Guys, is this your first trip to Old Trafford?
Yeah, it's my second trip to Old Trafford. It's
my first time, yeah.
Well, start with you. It's your first time here. How was that?
Well, I was good. I don't know, anxiety, man. But in the end, it was worth it, They 2-2. It's not bad.
No,
right?
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had the opportunity to become the first manager in Premier League history to win his first 7 games. How do you feel that it was 2-2 and at home to Burnley?
It was disappointing, but at least we didn't lose the game. At least it was a tie. We came back and fought hard, and we drew the game. It was worth the trip all the way from Canada.
Yeah.
Can't ask better than that, can you? Were you happy with the result in the end?
Yeah, man, it was lit. It was a sick environment. Back to you, Jeff.
There's no Jeff here. Guys, what do you think of the atmosphere towards the end of that game?
Awesome.
Try and describe it to the people at home.
It was fantastic. I'm a bit disappointed we got beat. Sorry, Joe.
We didn't get beat. It was 2-2.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay.
But a buzzing for Ollie anyway. Well done.
I think he should stay as our coach.
Yeah, you want Ollie in?
Yeah, I think he should stay.
What is it that he's doing that you particularly like?
He's getting all the players happy on the pitch because Jose, he didn't do that. He made them they didn't really like to play for him, and Ollie's he's wonder with him.
They love him, don't they?
Yeah, they absolutely do.
Do you love him?
Yeah.
Do you love him?
I do. What a legend.
Everybody loves Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Can't argue with that, can we? Let's go out and hear from Mark Sullivan, who also loves Ollie, don't you?
100%. How can you not love Ollie? What a legend. Legend as a player. And he's done fantastically well. Yes, we've dropped 2 points tonight, and people on email and Twitter are disappointed in that, but he's still done so well, better than most expected in his first 9 games in charge. I'll read out some emails first, then get on to Twitter. This from Frank Lawrence: not a great result, but a great fight back. We showed a lot of resilience and spirit and deserved the point. Ian Gray says this: sometimes you can be too clever in selection and formation. Start with your strongest team in 4-3-3. Shouldn't have started with Pereira and Mata. The first mistake as the fluent play was missing tonight. Big disappointment in wasting a chance of moving closer to the top 4, but a great fight back. Jack in Swinton says, good evening all. Not surprised we didn't win. Mata and Pereira are not the type of midfield player to compete with a physical team like Burnley. Also, the pace was taken out of the team. The proof in the pudding. Take off Lukaku and Pereira and parity is restored. And Ted in Ireland says, all good things must come to an end. We fought back well. In hindsight, not sure if it was wise to play Mata and Pereira against the aggression of Burnley. Similar theme developing there. In the lads' view, would it be different if Ollie got the job from the start of the season when we would be expected to compete for the league? Come back to that in a minute. On to Twitter. This from Cantona and Best sums up what a lot of United fans might be feeling right now. It says, I am proud, elated, sad and disappointed. A lot of emotions there. The last time I watched United at Burnley against Burnley at Old Trafford, we came back from 2 down to draw 2-2. But I feel more deflated because I expect more than I have in ages. Expecting to win is how fans should feel, and that's thanks to Ollie. We go again. Stephen says that should be a wake-up call for Ollie not to throw the likes of Pereira in from the start. Mata and Lukaku can't play in the same team. They're too slow together. Baz says, MUTV, that was a Jose team. All we did was set the ball wide and cross it in against a tall team. Nothing through the middle. And this from MUFC Hobo. We would have lost that under Jose. Ollie at the wheel, the United factor back. Dodgy at the back, but we are back. And then this one from Rico, and I'll leave you with this question at the end of it. I think Rashford should have had a couple in the first half. That would have made the difference. I know he's young, but he needs to take those chances at United. What's your thoughts on that, chaps?
You agree, Lou? Rashford needs to take those chances?
Well, all centre-forwards, Mandy, that get chances and don't take them. That's what people say about them. But he's got Ollie there every day in training. As far as finishing is concerned, Ollie was brilliant. In that box, he was lethal. I forget exactly what number of goals he got for us, but there was a good number of goals during his time here. And Rashford is still young and learning. And Ollie can teach him the game, teach him different things about how a centre-forward should play. And I expect to see the young lad getting better and better.
You can see his own frustration, couldn't you, when he didn't score?
Because, there were good chances, and for most centre-forwards, you expect them to take them, but sometimes his inexperience lets him down. But with Ollie at the helm and teaching him, and I'm sure he's teaching him daily how he should be finishing, positions he should pick up inside the box. But I think the best thing about tonight was the fact that when the second Burnley goal went in, which was near the end, most teams would have collapsed. Most teams, you wouldn't have got a comeback then, because everyone knows how long there is to go. As a player, you look at the clock, you see whatever, was it the 80s?
81 minutes.
81 minutes, you think 2 goals in that period of time, you're not going to do it. And you just collapse. But they didn't. They still had a belief that if they got the goal, which they did, that they could get a second one again, which they did. So I think that test of coming from behind, I think tonight they passed that test.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to get the manager's thoughts on that. I'm sure we'll be hearing from him and the players with more reaction coming up after this short break. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Match Day after United come back to earn a point against Burnley. We'll get more of your thoughts on tonight's game. Si is next in Slough on the line. Hi there, Si.
Hi guys.
Hi there, how are you?
Very good. First of all, to both of you, it's a huge honour to speak to both of you. About the game tonight, I thought if it was a vintage Burnley performance, it was also a vintage Manchester United performance. I thought Ole was quite bold to go with the team he went in with, especially with Pereira and Mata in there, because he was playing against a rugby team almost. In terms of their defensive structure and the way they were defending, it was unbelievable. As you both are discussing, it didn't seem like we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel, but last 6 minutes, 7 minutes was just what we live for almost, and they delivered it. And it also gives a quick lesson to every one of them that they cannot take anything for granted in Premier League. It is such a big lesson. We've had such a huge, massive 8 games dream run, but that isn't the end. So they need to fight every minute, and that's what we saw today, and it was amazing. I mean, although it was disappointing to see for 85 minutes, but what we saw in the last 10 minutes was just amazing. That's what I thought.
Thanks very much, Si. Is that a good lesson? Is Si right, Lou?
Well, I think it was a fair assessment of the game, Mandy. That was the test tonight. Once they conceded the first goal and then the second goal, what have you got? And I thought they showed unbelievable character. I don't think that would have happened earlier in the season. We might have got one goal. I couldn't have seen us coming from two behind. But now things have changed. There's plenty of life in the team. Everyone looks capable of playing their part. Of course, every game, one or two players will play below what you expect them to play. And every game, not every game, but a lot of games you'll play like you played tonight, which is not up to your top level. But they'd shown us in the last couple of months what they're all about. Had that fantastic run. And I think we all knew there would be a night where we're sitting here talking about a disappointing result. But I think the way they approached it and the way they played, I think that was still heartening, the fact that they had a real go and got a point out of the game.
Ollie still unbeaten in this run. Mark in Hull is next. Hi, Mark.
Hi there.
Hi there. What's your point for the guys tonight?
Well, basically, I'd just like to ask Maisie what he thought to Phil Jones's pass to Pereira, because that was just ridiculous.
Do you know what? I missed it.
Amazing.
But I did see a little bit, and I took a touch on it, and then he got it nicked off him.
Were you moonwalking at the time?
I probably was moonwalking at the time. Listen, sometimes you've got to play it into the midfield, and it's up to them to deal with it. I was fortunate to play with Keeney and Butty and Scholesy, that you could fire it into them and they just pop it off, one touch or two touch. Listen, people are going to have a go at Andres, and I think it's wrong just to label him out and think, because he's been given a chance. Ollie's going to make changes. He's going to give people chances. He didn't have the best of games, but you know what? He plays for Man United. He wears a shirt, so as long as he keeps doing that, you've got to support him. It was a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. We've all done it. Lou's done it. I've done it. It's how you bounce back from it. I won't particularly pick Phil Jones out for laying it into him. You could do that 99 times out of 100, and you get it passed off and you carry on. Sometimes you have to try and bring people onto you, so when you do get it back first time, then you can play it into the second phase of the game.
You wouldn't pick it out because you didn't see it.
I did.
Mark, what did you make of the response from United tonight?
I thought it was absolutely brilliant. But also, I'd also like to ask, when is Mason Greenwood going to play in the first team?
I don't think he'd be too far away, mate. I think he's just forever scoring goals. And, if they're good enough, they're young enough. Ollie's already said that. I wouldn't be surprised if he's training with the first team every now and again, introducing him slowly into that frame. All Mason can keep doing is just scoring goals, doing what he's doing.
Yeah,
and I'm
just
sure
when you give them the chance, Lou, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think the fixture list, when you look at it, his chance won't be sort of around the corner at this moment in time. With the fixtures we've got, he's not going to play at the Bridge, PSG, no. When there's a game that Ollie can throw him in, and I was going to say take a chance, and it is taking a bit of a chance because you don't know what he can deliver in the first team. If it's a game, let's say in the Premier League where you're out of contention, then he might play. He could play the last 4 or 5 games of the season, but plenty of time for him because he's without a doubt a talent. And you can give them time. There's no rush to get them in the team.
I don't really know how to follow that, Lou.
Just replay it. I love that. Let's see it again.
We like that. Yes, we like that. Let's get back to your thoughts on the game at home. Adnan in Bolton is next on the line. Hi there, Adnan.
Hello.
Hi there. Are you as ecstatic as that last fan there with Sam?
Well, I think there's been a whole heap of emotions tonight for United fans. Disappointed to concede 2 goals, sloppy goals, but I think Ollie made some brilliant substitutions, and hopefully can keep the players motivated. I think the great thing is that we showed good fighting spirit to take it right to the end of the game. They never looked like they were going to give up. Just a shame we never had more time to get the winner. But brilliant response from the lads, and Ollie preserved his unbeaten run, so happy result overall.
Yep, thanks very much, Adnan. Yeah, and I think that's the way a lot of people will feel tonight, because I think we all thought at one point we're not going to get anything out of this. It's going to be one of those nights, Lou.
Well, once again, with Tom Heaton in goal, it looked like one of those nights. And you just thought 2 goals, No, one goal, that would be an achievement to get back in the game. But they managed to do it, and all credit to them. And Burnley were a good side tonight. Came and defended stoutly, and they were always going to throw bodies in the way.
They're not going to go down if they play like that.
No chance, no chance. I think the bad patch that they had, that's over with now. They had a real bad patch a couple of months ago, and they looked as if they were doomed. But the manager's a good manager. He keeps his cool, and he kept calm tonight when all around them were probably starting to tire, and you could hear him on the touchline sort of cajoling them into one last run to throw a body in the way. And they'll be more disappointed than anything, because not for 1 minute did they think they were going to come to Old Trafford and be 2-0 up.
No.
And then end up 2-2.
Well, it's only lost one of their last 7 games now, Burnley. But it's all about us tonight in the comeback. We'll be hearing from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after this short break.
Say die attitude of the players to end up with a point.
That's Man United. We know we could have performed better in the first, say, 60-70 minutes. But then again, the reaction was brilliant, and to get 2 goals in the, as you say, after 87 minutes, that's fantastic, and that's testament to the character of everyone. We never give up. Never give up at this club.
Was it becoming a frustrating evening? So loads of possession and shots and crosses, but they were heading everything away and throwing bodies at the ball, and it just didn't look like it was going to be our night. Yeah, but you need to find a way. You have to find a way to break teams down, and decision making, of course, could have been better at times, because we know they're strong. They wanted us to cross the ball, so when we started playing our way into the box, I thought we looked dangerous. Juan made some good run, and with Ash down the side, I think we created loads of almost chances. And then again, we got 2 in the end. As Andreas, he's probably a little bit disappointed with that goal. Was it all a bit of a learning process?
It's a learning process every game you play, and for me as well, learning about the players when we go 1 down, but we went 2 down, and we still came back to get a point, which was brilliant. Andreas will be better off for having this experience, so no problem about that.
Did you feel when we got 1, there was the momentum there to go and get another?
I thought we could have got the 3rd as well. We could have. There was a nice block there, and a volley. Was it Alexis or Marcus? I can't remember. You never give up. That's just the DNA here, and disappointed that we didn't get 3 points, but fantastically happy with the reaction after we went 2-0 down.
Obviously, it was a bit, time wasting, so you probably expect that from Burnley. But you were down, basically kicking every ball. You and Mickey Feed and Michael Carrick.
I wonder who's taught Tom Heaton to take his time like that. Tom played well, I have to say. He made some fantastic saves. Paul had a couple of shots there, so he's a good lad, and he deserves all the accolades he can get.
Just finally, is it a psychological thing though to make sure you didn't lose from that situation?
Yeah.
The fact that you keep on the unbeaten.
Of course, as soon as you lose a game, it's that's hard, But we got a point. We need to learn from this. We got to be able to handle not winning games as well. And on to Leicester now.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
All the best.
Yeah, interesting.